Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Brief on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. The federal government has said the controversial tax reform bills currently before the National Assembly were to ensure fairness, equity and justice for Nigerians. The Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Larry Sawonilu, stated this at a briefing on World HIV Day Security Awareness, Discouraging Get-Rich-Quick Syndrome, World Human Rights Day and tax reforms in Asaba, Delta State. He says the bills were designed to scrap the over 50 nuisance taxes suffered by local businesses. This came on a day civil society organizations led by the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, called on the federal government to build a fair and inclusive tax system that reflects alignment of fiscal policies with equity and economic stabilization. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has appointed the outgoing clerk of the Senate, Chinedu Akabueze, as the new chief of staff to the President of the Senate. Akwabueze is retiring after 7 as Senate clerk since March 4, 2022 and reaching the mandatory retirement age of 60. The National Assembly Service Commission had approved the appointment of Andrew Bunaya Nwoba as the new clerk of the Senate effective December 11, 2024. In business, the federal government has declared that Nigeria's oil production, including condensates, increased by 9.9% to 1.69 million barrels per day in November 2024, up from 1.538 million barrels per day recorded in October 2024. According to the latest data released by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, an agency of the federal government, liquid crude oil production rose by 11.42%, reaching 1.48 million barrels per day in November compared to 1.33 million barrels per day in October. However, this figure remains below the production quota allocated to Nigeria by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. On the foreign scene, the collapse of the Assad regime has prompted a punishing military response from Israel, which has launched airstrikes at military targets across Syria and deployed ground troops both into and beyond a demilitarized buffer zone for the first time in 50 years. The Israeli military says it has struck about 480 military sites across Syria, destroying most of the country's strategic weapons stockpiles over the past 48 hours, while Defense Minister Israel Katz said the Israeli Navy had destroyed the Syrian fleet overnight, hailing the operation as a great success. In an update, the Israel Defense Forces shared footage of its forces bombing what it said were the Al-Baida and Latakia naval ports, where 15 Syrian vessels were docked. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has claimed attacks on Syria to ensure weapons used by the Assad regime do not fall into the hands of jihadists. In sports, the Swedish Prosecution Authority has announced that the inquiry into rape allegations against French footballer Kylian Mbappe has been closed due to a lack of sufficient evidence to proceed. This is according to multiple reports as the allegations had drawn international attention, casting a shadow over the football star's career. Reports say Mbappe, who has consistently denied the allegations, has yet to make an official statement regarding the decision. His legal team had previously emphasized his commitment to due process. And that's it on News Brief, and it came to you from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching.